Everyone, thank you so much for coming. I want to start by inviting Lily Auntie to say a few words. Lily Auntie, please. Lily Auntie has been
Yeah.
our friend for almost, I think, more than 3.5 decades, and a very, very good friend to mom and dad. Yeah, Lily Auntie.
This is very hard on me, but I have to do it. It's going to be some time till we have all come to terms with Renu not being around anymore. To the many who do not know me here, my name is Lily D'Souza. I was nobody to Renu except Bimal's colleague in 1985. But her caring and loving nature almost made me see my second mother in her. She had a peculiar way of saying beta. Now, a memory that brings everyone joy and sorrow in equal parts. But there's more that stays with us even if she hasn't. Her eyes were nothing short of something out of revered paintings from the Renaissance. Her smile was homely. Her hugs were the world. Her food stopped time. Her laugh was never encumbered. Her wisdom was moving. Her character was flawless. And her strength gave us strength. Renu has seen me as a young working woman long before I was married. She's seen me become a mother to two boys whom I've had to settle for. All thanks to the benchmark that my daughter Neha, who's miles away from me, had set from day one. Renu saw me as a wife, learning to cope with my loss. Believe you me, the journey right from the beginning has never been as difficult as it could have gotten because I knew Renu would be there if I needed her. It takes courage to smile through a voice note and tell your daughter, I'm okay, even if things aren't. But Renu could. So, Neha, I hope you know your mother is okay and that she'd never leave you. And should you have days where it hurts more than most, always remember I can be as tough as Renu was, and she would be happy with that. And to Bimal, the only thing that hurts more than losing your wife is being one room away from her, and yet you could not get to spend her last days with her side by her side. It couldn't have been more unfair, and I'm sorry. But there's one thing we both learned from Renu, it's to smile, especially when it feels like there's no reason to, because we both know that Renu was as good as a million reasons to keep smiling. To me, she was a living angel. I love Renu as much as I do you both, and I always will. May her soul rest in peace. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lily Auntie. We loved you a lot. I think one of her last trips was with you in Mahabaleshwar, where she had so much fun. I
Yeah,
remember, even though she was a diabetic, she saw that strawberry shake you guys were having, and she wanted to have that. And she called me up with so much joy, saying, "Hey, you know what? I cheated today. I had
she
strawberry
had.
cream today. I actually had two of those." So I thank you for giving her such beautiful
It was a
memories.
pleasure, Neha. It was a pleasure. For me, she was part of me.
Thank you so much. I would now like to invite Janaki Auntie, who was our neighbor for the longest time. She is a Hindi and Sanskrit scholar and a very dear friend to mom. Mom used to be in school and I used to perpetually live in her house once I came back from school, and she took care of me like her own child. So Janki auntie, जानकी आंटी आपको अनम्यूट करना है प्लीज, अनम्यूट करके। हाँ जी।
हेलो बेटा, मैं मम्मी के बारे में थोड़ी श्रद्धा सुमन अर्पित करने की कोशिश करूंगी। मेरी दृष्टि में तुम्हारी मम्मी कैसी थी, मैं ये बताना चाहूंगी। दुग्ध धवल देह, गौर वर्ण, मध्यम कद, मक्खन की स्निग्धता व रंगत को मात करता आपका चेहरा, बिलोरी आंखें, विरल केश, शांत मुख मुद्रा, प्यारी मुस्कान, वात्सल्यता की प्रतिमूर्ति। रेणु, आप इसी रूप में हमारे मानस पटल पर सदा अंकित रहेंगी। आपको स्मरण करते ही अनगिनत घटनाएं मानस पटल पर चलचित्र की भांति उभरती चली जाती है। किसका जिक्र करूं, किसे छोड़ूं? हम दोनों की दोस्ती उत्तर दक्षिण के सुदृढ़ मेल का सुंदर, अनूठा व अनुपम उदाहरण था। सभी के लिए आप रेणु थी, पर हमारे लिए तो हमारी कश्मीरी आंटी थी। मेरे बेटे छोटे थे, आपको कश्मीरी आंटी कहकर संबोधित करते थे। आपने अपने इस नए संबोधन को सहर्ष स्वीकार किया था। न जाने कैसे आप मेरे परिवार, सगे संबंधी, रिश्तेदार, मेरे करीबी सभी के लिए कश्मीरी आंटी बन गई। बला का आत्मबल, संघर्षों को हंसकर सहने की क्षमता, सहनशीलता, पाक कला में निपुण, स्वच्छता प्रेमी, साहित्य व कला के प्रति रुझान, जिंदा दिली, अपनों के प्रति चिंता, आत्मीयता से भरपूर, उल्लास और उमंग के स्रोत, मेहमान नवाजी के लिए सतत तत्पर, बुजुर्गों की सेवा शुश्रूषा में व्यतीत करते, जीवंत व्यक्तित्व, उल्लास उमंग। आपकी क्षतिपूर्ति कोई नहीं कर सकता। बेशक हम दो परिवार थे, पर घर में कुछ खास बनता तो तीनों बच्चों का समान हिस्सा रहता। मेरे बेटों की पसंद याद रखना, प्यार से बनाकर खिलाना आपकी विशेषता थी। हम दोनों शिक्षिका थे, हमारे बीच घंटों वार्तालाप होता। आपके कश्मीर से जुड़ी यादें, दक्षिण के मंदिरों की जानकारी, पारिवारिक विषयों की चर्चा, अपने रिश्तेदारों के रोचक किस्से, स्कूली समस्याएं, बच्चों का मनोविज्ञान, बच्चों की पढ़ाई, भविष्य, रीति रिवाज, हमारी पूजा पद्धति आदि पर विस्तृत चर्चा होती। पर कभी परनिंदा, मुखस्तुति या किसी की त्रुटि निकालना आपके व्यक्तित्व में नहीं था। मकान अलग जगह खरीदकर बेशक हम दूर रहने लगे, पर सतत फोन व व्हाट्सएप से जुड़े ही रहते थे। आपकी बातचीत की मुख्य धुरी नेहा, राजेश, राहुल रहते थे। मेरी अस्वस्थता की बात सुनकर आपने आकर पूरा दिन मेरे साथ बिताया, मुझे बहुत हिम्मत बंधाई। मेरे भैया की मृत्यु पर आपने घंटों बातें कर मुझे सांत्वना दी, दुख से उभरने में मेरी मदद की थी। इस बात की मुझे बेहद पीड़ा है कि आपके अंतिम वार्तालाप काफी दर्दनाक था। भाई के बेटी के असमय मृत्यु ने आपको बेहद विचलित कर दिया था। मेरे सांत्वना के कोई भी शब्द आपकी स्थितियों को रोकने में समर्थ नहीं थे। भैया आप भैया और आप एक दूसरे के पूरक थे। ईश्वर उन्हें इस संताप से उबरने के लिए असीम साहस, धैर्य, सामर्थ्य व आत्मबल प्रदान करे। काल के कठोर हाथों आप विदा हो गई। न जाने महाप्रयाण के समय आपके मन में क्या विचार उठे होंगे, आपने क्या कहना चाहा होगा। इस बात का दुख तो जीवन भर सालता रहेगा कि चाह कर भी हम आपके समीप उपस्थित न रह सके, आपको विदा न कर सके। आशा ही नहीं, विश्वास है मुझे कि सर्वव्यापी आपकी आत्मा की असीम शांति प्रदान करेंगे। कितनी अजीब है ना ये यादें, कभी तड़पाती हैं तो कभी सहलाती हैं ये यादें। अतीत का प्रतिबिंब दिखाती हैं ये यादें, वियोग के दुख को बढ़ाती है ये यादें, आपकी उपस्थिति का एहसास भी तो कराती है ये यादें, जुदाई को खत्म कर जाती है ये यादें, और हमारी यादों में सदा विराजमान रहेंगी आप। और नेहा भी था। मम्मी का स्थान तो कोई भी नहीं ले सकता, लेकिन मुझे याद रखना, मैं हमेशा तुम्हारे लिए हूँ।
Thank you, Auntie. Thank you so much. Uh, I, I invite Nancy Auntie to say a few words. Nancy Auntie has been a friend to Mom for like forever. Nancy Auntie.
Renu, a four-letter word with the depth of an ocean. We all know a very popular saying, Naam bade aur darshan chote. But with Renu, it was just opposite. Naam chote, darshan bahut bade, bahut hi vistar, bahut bade. My association with Renu has been more than 40 years. He was a companion, guide, sister, and a true friend. I would say dear Renu was most gracious, beautiful, calm, composed, and a lovely lady. I have never seen her getting irritated or losing her composure. She would always see solutions to the problems and make others understand with her smiling face. And just see the grace of the lady. After she is done, she will say, ठीक कहा ना मैंने कुछ गलत नहीं कहा नैन्सी, तुम क्या कहती हो, ठीक है ना? So with these words, she will make the other person realize with her after mistakes. I always loved her wonderful way of convincing. Any occasions, holidays, celebrations, festivals, or a simple Saturday, Sundays was always a get together, a feast, a treat with lots of fun, laughter, games, and fillers like kahwa, sheer chai, coffee, and ice creams. My both sons always looked for an opportunity to be with their favorite Renu auntie, particularly my younger son, whom we lost when he was just 26 years old, was her huge fan. Wonder if he was there to receive her and comfort her. But that's God's paradise. Who knows better than God? Last, dear Neha and Bimalji, what I know is that the loved ones never leave us. They become our strength. Neha, believe me, she is always walking behind you with her blessings. And Bimalji, guiding and agreeing with you, as always she was, on every issue with her infectious smile. Let us all pray to the great Lord to keep Renu under her protection and give her sadgati. We love you, Renu. We love you all.
Thank you, Nancy Auntie. Thank you so much. I'd like to invite Edna Auntie to say a few words, please. Edna Auntie used to be the principal of the school where Mom used to teach, but then they became best of friends, and every Christmas used to be in Edna Auntie's house, and she's been wonderful. Yes, Edna Auntie.
Say, dear Bimal, Neha, Gautam, family and friends. Renu and I were colleagues in a school at Five Gardens, Dada, and have remained good friends for the past 34 years. On behalf of my ex-colleagues and my close and our close friends, Baku Dalal and Purti Misra and families, I extend my heartfelt condolences in your great loss, a void so difficult to fill. Renu was one in a million. She was a dedicated and caring teacher. As a friend, always ready to extend a helping hand, no matter what. And she was always there for me to chat, laugh, and remember our working days gone by. Apart from the help she always extended to all, she used to go to a senior citizen home where she visited my sister, who was retarded. Renu and also Bimal, when he was free, used to get Lulu, my sister, some fruit and sweets to eat, feed her, and also help feeding the bedridden ladies. My family is indebted to Renu and Bimal for the love shown to my sister. There are so many words to her credit, but I need to stop. But, but not end before I end with a small tribute. R. Rose of Kashmir and rose of her near and dear ones. E. Everlast, loving and elegant. N. Never refuse a helping hand. U. Understanding others' difficulties. Au revoir, my special friend Renu.
Thank you so much, Shraddhanjali. Thank you so much. A lot of people want to speak, so what we'll do is ISKCON Gita part will start sharp at 4. So maybe we'll squeeze in one more condolence, and after that, after the Gita part, you all are most welcome to stay back and continue sharing your memories and all your sharing your memories. So I'll invite Shalini Bhabi. I remember I think in 7th or 8th grade when Shalini Bhabi married Tinu Bhaiya, and I thought she was the most beautiful bride I'd ever seen. And he's been most of our family was not in Mumbai. They were the closest family we had in 80s and 90s, and I used to always go there and have fond memories spending time with them. So Shalini Bhabi.
They say God too desires and takes away the best. I've started to believe in this now more than ever. When I stepped into the Kadal Baju family, besides my immediate family members, Baby Didi was the one who welcomed me with open arms. And I know all of us here share similar fond memories of her. What was most striking about Didi was that she would accept everyone for who he or she is. She would give you the attention and time you would seek, which is very rare to find in today's fast moving world. Her earnest smile, her gentle nature, her caring temperament etched a mark in many a heart as she went through her journey of life. She was graciousness personified, if I may say. When we spoke about a month back, Didi's last words to me were, "Tum log sab, please, all of you, don't step outside. Please take care of yourselves." While going to, she wanted to ensure everyone is okay. That day, I had no clue that so soon I would be speaking in her memory. I know Bimalji and Neha, losing Didi is something you can never reconcile with. May God give you both, Pamposh Bhaiya and all of us, the strength to bear this immense loss as we live today surrounded by the cherished memories she has left behind. Didi, though we may never see you around, your warm smile will forever linger in front of my eyes, and you will always stay alive in my heart. Thank you, Neha, for giving me this opportunity to speak out my heart.
Thank you. Thank you. With everyone sharing their memories and stories about Mama, and let's just do that. And then everyone before logging out, I'll send the link and we'll see it at our own leisure time. Um, Zainab, are you here?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Would you like to say a few words?
Yeah, of course. So Renu auntie actually means Neha's mama for me. And whenever I think of Neha's mama, it always takes me back to my college days. Days when you would come hungry to her place and she would always welcome. Whenever I think of auntie, it always takes me back to my college days and the days when you would come back from our college, and auntie would always be so sweetly welcoming both me and Neha. And the first thing that she would tell us is, "Aao khana kha lijiye," and always, always feed me. And that's my memory of auntie, a very good hostess, always welcoming me with a smile on her face. And then both me and Neha started working, and Neha would often come to pick me up from my office. And uncle and Neha on the front seat and me and auntie on the back seat. And constant chatter of uncle and Neha and auntie and me would just keep glancing at each other and smiling. I always remember auntie as a backbone of a family who would always be there, smiling and supporting not only Neha but all her friends. I think whenever I think of my childhood now, it will always be with sweet memories of auntie, and she will never be forgotten by me. Yeah, that's it.
Uh, Nikita, would you like to say a few words?
We've known auntie since 25 plus years now, and we stayed in the same building. And like Janki auntie was telling, it was exactly the same. Auntie was very, very good to us. All my friends and family know her as the Kashmiri auntie. Literally everybody, even today, is like, "Oh, that Kashmiri auntie." I'm like, yeah. So auntie knew what we would like, me and Vicky, and she would always bring all those things for us to eat. She used to take very good care of us. Matlab, when mom was away, बस पता होने की देर होती थी और आंटी खाना भिजवाना शुरू कर देती थी. Diwali, she used to come upstairs, bring road, and she was so amazing. Her understanding of child psychology. I spent some time with her when she was teaching kids, the kindergarten kids, and I was floored by the kind of understanding she had about kids. She was so devoted, so dedicated. My mom keeps telling me कि उन्होंने इतनी सेवा की है, सबकी सेवा की है. All her friends vouch about that fact, and she used to love the Navratri that used to happen downstairs. She was probably the eldest in the group, but she was the most enthusiastic all the time, always running around trying to find things for herself, for Mataji. She used to make sure that Mataji is always decked up with all the good flowers, the chunri, and all of that. I'll miss her. I'll miss her a lot. I'll miss her. The beautiful conversations that we used to have, and everything, actually. Everything.
Thank you. So for everyone, Nikita is one of the pillars right now because of which we all are standing. She's been one of the biggest supports we have. I'm going to thank a lot of people before this meeting is over, but now that Vicky's here, you guys need to know that Dad was not there. I was here, and she's been doing everything. Diya jalana, har dalna mummy ka, taking care of everything, running around during the funeral. So she's been there. So thank you, Nikki. I am indebted to you for life. Thank you so much. Anyone else wants to share any of their memories? You're most welcome to. Bubbly Didi? Nirja Auntie?
नेहा, आवाज आ रही है मेरी?
हाँ जी, आपकी आवाज आ रही है आंटी.
नेहा, मैं बहुत सालों से तो हम लोग नहीं मिले थे. तुम लोग तो बहुत छोटे थे. तुम, नितिन, हम लोग एक ही बिल्डिंग में रहते थे ऑन-टॉप हिल में. जब वो भी 5 गार्डन्स में स्कूल में टीचर थी. मैं भी CVM स्कूल में टीचर थी. मिताली आंटी भी. लाइक हम तीनों का ऐसा ग्रुप था, एक ही बिल्डिंग में रहना, इतना मिलना जुलना, इतना उनका हंसमुख चेहरा जो था हमेशा हमेशा आंखों में सामने रहता है. कि काफी साल के बाद हम लोग, मतलब वो भी दिन याद आते हैं. तुम लोग छोटे छोटे थे और स्कूल से मतलब क्या क्या हुआ स्कूल में आज हम लोग शेयर करते थे एज अ टीचर ऑल्सो. एंड देन एक बार मेरी बेटी नीति, तुम्हें ध्यान होगा, पोदार कॉलेज में थी जब, तो उनके यहाँ ट्रेडिशनल डे हुआ था. तो अब सब लोग मोस्टली कहने मम्मी मैं क्या पहनूं, क्योंकि सब लोग मोस्टली वो लहंगा और घाघरा और 9 वार की साड़ीज हैं. कुछ तो मैंने रेनू जी से कहा, मैंने कहा आपके पास आपका वो कुछ होगा. तो उन्होंने Kashmiri उसमें she gave her this thing and it was so this thing कहने ये भी ले जाओ जो कहवा जो बनाते हैं उस कशी से तुम कैरी कर लो and all and she wore that और रेणु जी ने ही उनको मतलब एक से तैयार किया और सब करके and surprisingly मतलब she was so this thing mummy I won I came first in the this thing thanks so much रेणु आंटी आपने इतना अच्छा वो किया है and it was so amazing and सब लोग कहते कहाँ से ड्रेस लाई किसने कौन है कश्मीरी तेरी जान पहचान के and all सर तब उसने बताया रेणु जी के बारे में and all and somehow वो चली गई थी तुम लोग चले गए थे मीरा रोड हम लोग वहां से फिर हम मलाड आ गए काफी सालों तक हम लोगों को कांटेक्ट नहीं हुआ है once out of the blue we just called up each other उनके शायद वो पुराना नंबर चल रहा होगा and then again हम लोगों का फिर से शुरू हो गया था and अभी lately last समझ लो 8 महीनों से we were constantly on touch with on WhatsApp and all हाल चाल हर बार ये होता था हाँ मिलेंगे 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 करके और अभी भी मेरे पास उनका लास्ट मिनट का अचानक दिन एक दिन उनका कि ये आई एम सो सॉरी मैं बहुत दिनों से आपके मैसेजेस का आंसर नहीं दे पाई एक्चुअली मेरी पूरी फैमिली दिल्ली में कोविड से वो है and I'm really disturbed I don't know what to do and also I just say you take care we'll just get well and we'll get back like बात करने के लिए assure and all that सारे उनके मैसेजेस आज भी मेरे पास रखे हुए हैं and suddenly I get the news तुम्हारा और नितिन का कॉन्टैक्ट रहता है तो ये सेड कि मम्मी ऐसा ऐसा हो गया उनके सारा तुम लोगों के लिए पता चलता है तो सो शॉकिंग एंड सडनली मतलब सोचा भी नहीं था और उस बात तो वो पुरानी यादें उनका वो हंसता हुआ शक्ल अभी भी उनके डीपी में जो उनका फोटो है व्हाट्सएप में वो अभी तुम्हारे इसमें जो तुमने अभी डाली है सारी फोटो उसमें भी वो फोटो है क्या बोलूं मैं हालांकि सालों से हम नहीं मिले लेकिन ऐसा था कि हाँ मिलेंगे जरूर मिलेंगे फिर ये कोविड वगैरह शुरू हो गया तो आई सच आई डोंट नो मैं क्या बोलूं ये तो जो कुछ याद आई मेमोरीज तो आई एम जस्ट शेयरिंग बेटा एंड यू टू टेक केयर बेटा आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड पापा का क्या हाल हो रहा होगा इट्स लाइक एंड दैट वाज सो आई डोंट नो तुम लोगों के फ्रेंड सर्कल मीरा रोड के थे जिन्हें कितनी अच्छी तरह उन्होंने जो उस दिन मम्मी का फ्यूनरल वो सब संभाला है आई मीन आई शुड थैंक ऑन माय बिहाफ टू ऑल ऑफ देम जिस तरह से क्योंकि तुम नहीं थी और तुम उनकी शक्ल देखना चाह रही थी वो भी वहां पे उन लोगों ने कोऑपरेट किया कि हाँ दिखा दी हम सब लोगों को दर्शन हो गए उनके बट आई होप तुम और पापा जल्दी से जल्दी यू पीपल आर स्ट्रॉन्ग यार निकलना पड़ेगा आई नो इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट हमेशा के लिए एक बात हो गई है लेकिन आई थिंक मम्मी की तरह तुम लोग भी स्ट्रॉन्गली तुम करोगी एंड यू विल बी लाइक वी ऑल आर विद यू नेहा एनी टाइम लाइक टेक केयर बेटा
Thank you, Auntie.
Thank
Thank you.
how is he by the way
Dad is here on the call. He's resting.
okay he's back home or he's in hospital
He's back home. He came back a couple of hours before this call started.
Okay.
Thank you so much. And for everyone who's wondering how this all happened, there are a lot of people I need to thank, but I want to start with Rekha Grover and Vipin Grover. Uncle, Auntie, from getting them a hospital bed to taking care of their funeral to making sure everything is in place. I know I'm like your daughter, you always say that, but you've done more than I could have. I as a family, we all thank you. Every day talking to the doctors and making sure mom gets the best treatment possible and the best send off that she could have got without me being there or without us. So thank you so much, Rekha Auntie. Thank you, Vipin Uncle. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Neha?
Anji?
Can I add something?
Yes, Bhaiji.
Okay, for those who don't know me, I'm Shivan. I'm Vimal's elder brother. I happen to be a doctor, and last few months have been a real nightmare. And Renu's, demise was really the most painful thing that for a long time that the family has had to endure. And Bimal and Renu, when they were admitted to the hospital, as Neha has mentioned, Rekha ji, she was so helpful that I was genuinely worried sitting here so far away from India. I didn't know how we could help them, but she made life so easy. So I really am indebted to her and her husband for arranging that, because I knew in Delhi, it was mayhem. We couldn't get bed, we couldn't get oxygen, couldn't get any support at all. And my family in Delhi was also down with COVID. So it has been a nightmare. I've spent 50 years as a doctor, but this has been the worst few months of my life. However, destiny is destiny. Nobody can really predict or change it. But I have the great satisfaction of few things in this whole process. The friends and family, obviously, they are always helpful. They do their best. But those people who are not friends and family, they have really been very helpful. And I must put on record the gratitude that I owe to the Bhaktivedanta Hospital. Particularly, I can mention Dr. Suraj, who's in charge of the intensive care. That gentleman, in a busy schedule, always made it a point to ring me my early morning, which would be about midday in India, and give me the status report of Renu. It's not been always good, but the fact that he kept me informed about literally every day, or sometimes, during the day, whatever changes were taking place. So I have the satisfaction that whatever was humanly possible anywhere in the world to really help Renu and Bimal, that has been done. And it was not, in our fate to see her recover, but at least I have the satisfaction that she got the best medical care anywhere in the world. Whether you talk US or UK, she wouldn't have got even any better here. So God wanted her and God has taken her, and she's in a better place. At least she's not going through the agony that I have witnessed last at least 10 days or so, I would say, which has been real torture for the whole family. So I'm grateful to God Almighty for giving her a chance, which didn't really culminate in her survival. And also, I must say that in this whole process, I really admire Neha and Bimal, because, they were suffering. We all were suffering, but they were suffering the most. And they have my admiration, particularly Bimal, because he was physically so badly challenged. He was going through hell physically. So to take that emotional toll of spouse being kind of moribund and in such a state, he has held together, and I'm proud to be his brother, and God bless Renu and give peace to her soul. And we really are feeling grateful to you all who have joined this meeting and those who attended her funeral. I'm personally indebted to you all. Thank you very much for sharing our grief.
I will just like to say that when baby went to ICU, I told Dittu, I sent him the message, just keep on saying, इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना. Let us continue that way. Let us not just keep on praying, इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता. May she rest in peace. और भगवान हमें इतनी शक्ति दे कि हमारा विश्वास कमजोर नहीं हो. Thank you.
Jumar Didi, do you want to say something?
Yeah, Neha, hi. From last 20 minutes, I'm actually trying to think, मैं आऊं, नहीं आऊं, I don't want to break down, and I'm sure I won't, right? But I didn't want to not come and not speak about Auntie because I loved her immensely, right? Right from our Entofil days, okay? I can never forget. I mean, I think she was the only person जिसने आज तक मुझे नहीं डांटा कुछ भी मस्ती करने के लिए, चाहे हमने भूत बुलाए, चाहे हमने कुछ भी किया हो, एक बार नहीं डांटा. मम्मा, गिरिजा आंटी, नंती आंटी, कोई भी. I've got fired by everybody because तुम सबका ख्याल रखती थी. मैं मस्ती भी मैं ही करती थी, डांट भी मुझे ही पड़ती थी, तुम लोग सब बच जाते थे. लेकिन आंटी was the only one, बोलती थी कोई बात नहीं बच्चे, एंजॉय करो, करो एंजॉय, right? So down to earth person, कभी नहीं चिल्लाया, hello beta, greeting, I will never forget. Little did I know, Neha, that when I was meeting her in January for dad going away, I would not meet her again. I would have given her a tight hug, Neha. I didn't know that. I'm really sorry for this, right? I didn't want to break down, but little did I know that I'll not see her again. But yeah, I know this also, that she's at peace, okay? She is at peace right now. She's not in pain. I can never forget that scene. Remember when I came to your house? So when I came back, I called her up. I said, Auntie, tab tak wo log aaye bhi nahi the tum log ke ghar. So I'd come back and I'd called her and I told her, I said, Auntie, you know what? Gautam and Neha ka ghar is beautiful. I said, you will enjoy the place. I said, I'm so proud of them. I said, I can't. She's saying, Sachi mein beta, bahut acha hai. Maine kaha, Auntie, it's beautiful. So, you know, unki khushi har ek choti cheez pe you could see it on her face. And I've never seen her get angry. Matlab, मैंने बोला ना, मैंने कभी झाड़ नहीं खाई है. She's the only person who's not fired me. We all will miss her. I know this is a huge loss, Neha, but I'm telling you, she's so proud of Gautam and you. Okay, both of you. She's very proud of you. She knows what is it that you guys have done. You guys have done everything possible under your control, right? She's very proud of you as a person. She was always proud of you. Okay, and this last audio recording of hers will always stay with you, right? You should be very happy about that. Okay, you have to stay strong. You have to take care of Bimal uncle. Gautam has to take care of Bimal uncle, and you साथ में, है ना? ठीक है? So both of you need to stay strong. Okay, I'm honestly not getting any more words right now, but I know she's at peace, and wherever she is, she's very happy, and she'll always keep looking up to all of you. Yeah, and Mama will not be able to say it, but I know she's wanting to say it, but she'll break down. But you know that we are here for you. Okay, so yeah, just a call away. Okay, take care. Yeah, and we'll always love Auntie. Yeah.
Anyone else want to say a few words?
Neha, this is Usha. You may not remember me, but my name is Pichri to Bimalji, and I pay my heartfelt condolences to both of you. Your mom she was a goddess. And I don't want to break down, but She didn't even know us. We're such far off relatives. I mean, my sister-in-law's cousin or whatever, but she would welcome us in Antop Hill every other weekend. And we would watch movies, eat, have fun, and she used to laugh all the time. And I cannot tell you how sorry I am. It's just such a loss. She was just a few years older to me, and she would call me beta, and we used to laugh about it. And I used to tell her, you're my sister's age. What's the matter with you? Why are you calling me beta? But she would always say, no, I'm your mother. And Neha, you were hardly 2 or 3 years old. And I used to tell her, Neha is my niece. How can you be my mother? She would say, no, I'm your mother. You come here anytime. And I will never, I feel so awful that I could never go back to Bombay. I met her, I don't know, maybe 15 years ago, and she was so thrilled that I visited her. And I still remember her smile. She was just always, always smiling, so patient with everybody. So she's a goddess. If I were to pray, if I were to believe in God, that would be the goddess I would pray to. She was just a great personality, and she's a great soul. And I can tell you, loss of a mother is devastating for a person, but always remember, she will be watching you, and she'll be smiling, and she'll be always saying, okay, you have to do it, and you have to do it. And remember that, she always wanted everybody to be happy, just like she would always be smiling. So please have the strength to cope with the grief, but keep remembering that she'll always be with you. She's always watching you. So Bimalji, namaskar, and I'm sorry about her loss. It's been very difficult for me for the past 4 days when my sister told me. Anyway, I don't want to talk about it too long, but thank you for hosting this. I really appreciate it. And I think that I'll remember her and keep her in my mind all the time. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Anyone else wants to share a memory?
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, this is Durgesh Kadalbaju. For me, fondly, we called Neha as baby Didi. She was like an elder sister. And as I said, no words. I mean, and I was just lucky that although past 15 years I have been in UAE, but in December 2019, we spent 4 hours together. She was baby Didi and Bimal Jijaji. They are our extended family in Mumbai. So I have no words to say, but one thing I want to say, such a simple person, no pretense person, baby Didi was. So, I mean, I don't know what to say. For our family in Mumbai, it is a loss. I mean, and Neha, all the hugs and kisses and all our prayers are with you. Like I told you, be strong. Baby Didi will always remain in our hearts. I mean, a simple person, so nice. So she will remain in our hearts, and we have decades of memories to cherish. It is not possible to explain, like, I mean, it's not possible to explain. Like, she used to cook special food for me, being a vegetarian. I still remember all that. And since past 3 weeks since we have known this, it's been very tough for me, and especially I'm living here by myself. I can only say I will cherish her memories in my heart forever, forever, forever. And we miss you, baby Didi. And as everybody said, she will guide you, Neha, and she will bless you from wherever she is. Baby Didi, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. That is what I want to say. And take care, Neha and Bimal Jijaji.
If anyone else wants to speak, or should we end this call and bid mom farewell?
Neha, I think Baiji wants to say something.
Yeah, Baiji, please. IG, you're muted. Your thing is muted. You have to unmute.
No, Neha, I just wanted to share a memory about what we always address her as baby. Renu seems too formal, really, because I remember when we brought her into our family, 1980. I was a student in England and I went for the wedding. And because Dittu is so much junior to me, so she was more like a daughter-in-law rather than a sister-in-law. And it was so bloody hot in that wedding. In Srinagar, it was impossible to imagine a place like that would be sweating. So that marriage is quite memorable. Neha, you wouldn't know about that because you weren't born. So anyway, I want to say since then, I have always found her very affectionate and always, even though submissive, but very resourceful. I spent some time when I visited India a couple of years back. We went to Nasik and we had fun. I never imagined that that will be our last meeting, but that is destiny. What can you do? So I can only say, God, rest her in peace and bless her so that she can find her rightful place in heaven. That's all I will say now. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for coming, and I'm sure Mom will live in your hearts the way she lives in mine, and just pray for her soul.
माँ, मेरी माँ, प्यारी माँ, मम्मा, ओ माँ, मेरी माँ, प्यारी माँ, मम्मा, हाथों की लकीरें बदल जाएंगी, गम की ये जंजीरें पिघल जाएंगी, हो खुदा पे भी असर, तू दुआओं का है घर, मेरी माँ, मेरी माँ, प्यारी माँ, मम्मा, ओ माँ, मेरी माँ, प्यारी माँ, मम्मा, बिगड़ी किस्मत भी संवर जाएगी, जिंदगी तराने खुशी के गाएगी, तेरे होते किसका डर, तू दुआओं का है घर, मेरी माँ, मेरी माँ, प्यारी माँ, मम्मा, ओ माँ, मेरी माँ, प्यारी माँ, मम्मा, माँ, मेरी माँ, प्यारी माँ, मम्मा, ओ माँ, मेरी माँ, प्यारी माँ, मम्मा, हाथों की लकीरें बदल जाएंगी, गम की ये जंजीरें पिघल जाएंगी, हो खुदा पे भी असर, तू दुआओं का है घर। मेरी माँ, मेरी माँ, प्यारी माँ, मम्मा, ओ माँ, मेरी माँ, प्यारी माँ, मम्मा। बिगड़ी किस्मत भी संवर जाएगी, जिंदगी तराने खुशी के गाएगी। तेरे होते किसका डर, तू दुआओं का है घर। मेरी माँ, मेरी माँ, प्यारी माँ, मम्मा, ओ माँ, मेरी माँ, प्यारी माँ, मम्मा। माँ, मेरी माँ, प्यारी माँ, मम्मा, ओ माँ, मेरी माँ, प्यारी माँ, मम्मा। माँ, मेरी माँ, प्यारी माँ, मम्मा, ओ माँ, मेरी माँ। I am okay. I love you too. I love you so, so, so. And take care. ओ मेरा बच्चा, मेरा राजा, मेरा बेटा, मेरा सूर, मेरी रानी।
Was the last voice message my mom sent me before she was taken to the ICU.